Have you ever received a letter that changed everything? Imagine receiving correspondence that challenges your deepest beliefs about social status, forgiveness, and what it truly means to be family. This is exactly what happened when a wealthy Christian named Philemon received an unexpected letter from the Apostle Paul around 60 AD. Let's journey back to the bustling city of Colossae in ancient Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey. Philemon was a prominent citizen and devoted follower of Christ. His home served as a gathering place for the local church, and his faith was well known throughout the community. But Philemon, like many wealthy individuals of his time, owned slaves, including a man named Onesimus. Onesimus, whose name ironically means useful in Greek, had fled from Philemon's household. In the Roman Empire, running away from one's master was a serious crime, potentially punishable by death. But something extraordinary happened during Onesimus's flight. He encountered Paul, who was imprisoned in Rome at the time. Paul, though confined in chains, continued his ministry from prison. During this period, Onesimus not only met Paul but also experienced a profound transformation. Under Paul's guidance, he embraced the Christian faith and became, in Paul's words, his son in the faith. The runaway slave became an invaluable helper to the imprisoned apostle. This created a delicate situation. According to Roman law, Paul should have immediately returned Onesimus to his master. However, Paul saw an opportunity to demonstrate how Christian love could transcend the social barriers of their time. He composed a masterfully crafted letter to Philemon, which survives today as one of the most personal and touching epistles in the New Testament. In his letter, Paul employs all his diplomatic skills and spiritual authority. He begins by commending Philemon's faith and love for all God's people. Then, rather than commanding Philemon as an apostle, Paul appeals to him on the basis of love. "I appeal to you for my son Onesimus, who became my son while I was in chains," Paul writes. Paul acknowledges the past, how Onesimus was once useless to Philemon, but has now become useful to both of them. He even makes a wordplay on Onesimus's name, suggesting that the formerly useless slave has now truly become useful through his conversion to Christianity. The heart of Paul's appeal comes when he asks Philemon to receive Onesimus back, not merely as a slave, but as something far greater, a beloved brother in Christ. Perhaps the reason he was separated from you for a little while was that you might have him back forever, no longer as a slave, but better than a slave, as a dear brother. Paul's letter challenges the very foundations of Roman society. While he doesn't explicitly condemn slavery as an institution, his appeal for Philemon to treat Onesimus as an equal brother in Christ plants the seeds for questioning the entire system. He's asking Philemon to view his former slave through the lens of Christian love rather than Roman law. The apostle even offers to personally repay any debt Onesimus might owe Philemon, writing, "If he has done you any wrong or owes you anything, charge it to me." This gesture demonstrates the depth of Paul's commitment to reconciliation and his personal investment in the situation. Paul concludes his appeal with gentle but firm confidence in Philemon's response. "Confident of your obedience, I write to you, knowing that you will do even more than I ask." He's calling Philemon to rise above the cultural norms of his day and embrace a radical new way of relating to others based on Christian principles. While the Bible doesn't record Philemon's response, the very preservation and inclusion of this letter in the New Testament suggests that Philemon responded positively to Paul's appeal. Church tradition indicates that Onesimus was indeed freed and later became a leader in the early Christian church. This brief letter to Philemon powerfully illustrates how the gospel message transforms relationships. It shows that in Christ, the barriers of social status, ethnicity, and economic position dissolve in the face of Christian brotherhood. The story challenges us today to examine our own prejudices and social divisions, reminding us that in God's family, we are all equal, all valuable, and all worthy of love and respect. The letter to Philemon stands as a testament to the revolutionary power of Christian love to overcome social barriers and transform human relationships. It reminds us that true faith must affect how we treat others, especially those society might consider beneath us. In Christ, there is neither slave nor free. We are all one family, bound together by divine love and grace.